Hi, Bob. All right, welcome back to the channel. It is like 7 in the morning on like Tuesday morning. It has been very hot in Portland lately. It's going to be in the 90s today. Extreme heat warning in effect, or as we call it, for literally the last 40 years. A normal summer day. Ever since COVID, everything is extreme. So I have Saturday and Sunday school. Hoppers is going nuts trying to lick my leg. I have extreme Saturday and Sunday scores, and I want to get this video done before it gets too hot. I want to be in the yard, even though that'd probably be for hours. But I spent all day yesterday, like 8 hours, trying to edit and upload and failing, and trying to upload and failing, trying to upload and failing the custom stem for Curtis video. Super secret project that wasn't so secret because he stopped by twice while I was making it and looked at it and talked about it. I didn't think he would. If I get it done, he would never know. I had to cut that into 2 pieces because it just refused to upload as one. And there might even be a third one on it. We'll see in the next few days. But so Saturday was another one of the Bike Recyclery's yard sales. They're advertised as, you know, extremely good deals, lots of bike parts. And there's some good deals, but usually the prices are like absolutely top dollar, even for used stuff. Like they sell high-end vintagey stuff for absolutely insane money to old people, and still think that all that old people stuff's worth insane money. But those old guys, they can't ride those old bikes anymore. The market's just gone boom. So where should we start? So this bag is what I got from the old Bike Recyclery yard sale. I am missing my bag from Sunday salvage sale. Maybe it's still in the car. Oh, so we're gonna go do that. But let's look at this Bike Recyclery stuff first, because why not? I got some fun stuff. As per usual, their comment was like, "What a weird assortment of stuff," and it's true. I'm a weird dude. I get weird stuff. Look at this. I'm so excited. I don't know if this is new or if this is old, but it is quite exciting. It is the Park Spoke Ruler measuring tape, but usually this comes in like a dark blue anodized color, and all the little stuff is like etched into it, and then the whole thing's like anodized dark blue. It is so hard for me to see in a dimly lit shop at all. So this one is fun because it's silver with like blue printing on it. But I love this for measuring spoke length. You can use this for measuring chains. You know how to measure chains without a fancy chain tool. You just hold the center of one pin up right on this first arrow, right before 1 inch starts. Pull the chain tight all the way to this last one, and if the center of the pin is right on 12, it's good. If it's a little bit past it, it's kind of not so good. If it's a lot past it, it's totally ridiculous and dead. The chains really do stretch. I know that sounds crazy. People try to say they don't. They do. Some weird little bag of hardware that I don't know where that came from. Momo. Maybe just dump this all out so the bag will be so loud. Yes, yes, yes. I had to ask for a bag. It was at like 9:30. You know, it's been summer and hot, so I've been crushing down to the shop at like 6 or 7 in the morning. As soon as the day lights up, so I get some work done before it gets hot. So I can get home before it gets hot. So it was at 9:30, so I just crushed down on my shop bike. I have the Beater Bridgestone MB2 free bike build with like all Dior XT free parts I got, a turbo saddle, and pull moose bar. All this junk I basically got out of the trash for recycling. That is very fun, and I crushed down there on that. My bag flew out of my bike basket on the way down. I was so sad. So I asked them for a bag, and that's what they had. Somebody else handed me this at the same time, but I'll use it too. So I dug around, you know, there's a bunch of fancy, expensive parts. Throw on them, no. What was the first thing? The first thing I found was one of these Surly cable hangers. I do love these. They're stainless steel. They got a barrel adjuster, the Surly logo. I usually grind the Surly logo off, then high polish them. Very constructory, very 1940s in French. Much, much cheaper and easier than me making these from scratch, which I plan on doing a bunch of anyways. So I got one of these guys. I got the Spark, that thing. I got a yellow spoke wrench because I don't think I have one. I don't think Park's probably made these in a long time. They're huge. There's a few of them there. I think I tried to give Curtis one too. Maybe he got it. He may or may not ever use it. I dug around. There's one of these used straddle cable hangers. This is my favorite one. Tektro used to make them. Sunlight makes them now. The straddle cable hanger pinches the cable here, and then it's got set screws, and then you just screw on the back side. So if your spring tension's all wonky on your vintagey brakes, you can use this. And if one spring's pulling really hard this way, you can just sort of slide this the other way till the brakes equalize on the rim, and then just tighten these set screws. And so a back screw is great for hanging the little excess chunk of cable that hangs out. You can hang it off this. One of those. The Outer Rim 999 candy cable stop. It's been a long time since they're... Oh, this one says Wheels Manufacturing. So, you know, some company in Taiwan's just been making them forever. Just random companies have been branding them. Some of these new. Every once in a while you can get these for like 15 bucks from the Sunlight version on eBay, and then sometimes they're just not around at all. I don't think I've seen a Tektro one in a long time. I've never seen one of these Wheels Manufacturing ones. This is an old guy. I got one of these. I had one of these a while ago, and then I sold it on eBay, and it's like, you know what? I might actually want it. So they had one there. I was hoping they wouldn't charge me too much, and they didn't. So this is a headset guide, 1 1/4" and 1.5. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. I thought this was a different tool. I used to have one that was just like the random FSA bearing guide. It's just like a stainless steel thing that you can stick bearings in. It'll tell you like the tapers and the widths and stuff for ordering new bearings for anything. For FSA, but for anything. I guess this one's just an oversized headset guide. The other one I had, I think, was for hubs and everything. Whatever, I have it now. Brand new stainless steel in the bag. And I was looking at all the parts. I didn't really see much. One old water bottle cage with a single clamp on. I think it's really bent is what it is. I thought it was TA, but I don't see any logos in it. I don't see a Reg logo or anything, but it's real rusty and crusty and vintage. It's fun. Might be the right thing for the old Allegro or something, if I put bottle bosses on it. And then I noticed there was a big bin of chain rings, and I dug, and there was a TA section. I went and grabbed some. There's a lot of other stuff. There's another 36 tooth inner ring for the Pro 5V cycle touring. So this is for the small BCD, which I like. I do a lot of compact stuff. So 36 middle. On the Allegro, I just did this with a dead outer 46 tooth, and I cut all the teeth off, drilled the crap out of it, high polished it, and I think I put a 30. I think I have a 35 I put in there to make a cool little 1x with the bash guard. This ring has like very little wear on it. I kind of feel like it's not perfectly straight, but it looks perfectly straight. So you know, I could do 46, 36, 26, except for recently. I've never done 26. 28 is the lowest I've ever done, and I love it. A guy in France told me the 26s are no good. They're really easy to bend. You're standing and climbing a hill or something, you can bend them. So 28's the smallest you really want to go. So I could do like a 44, 36, 28, triple, be fun. Or you could go super subcompact. I could go 36, 26, 36, 28. Compact double with the bash guard and the triple hardware. I don't know. It's just a fun, good size. And then also this 40, which I swear when I grabbed it, maybe there's another one I didn't grab, I swear it was a Criterium middle, but it's not. This is a 40 tooth, maybe this is one that seems bad. 40 tooth, middle position, same thing. 40 is a great size. You know, we do the same thing, 48, 40, 36 as the inner. Because the triple hardware, you just stack all up on this one BCD. So it's just extra long chain ring bolts with 2 sets of spacers instead of just 1, and then like a little 3rd set of rings. 40, it's so cute. I like these good, little-ish sized ones. They're my favorite. Check out this guy. VAR Tools. I think this is for chain ring bolt backs. You can hold this instead of like a screwdriver is going to slip and chew them up. You can hold this big chain ringy tool in the back when you break them free. I have a cool like vintage VAR one that like is a big C-clamp thing that has one of these. It tightens down like a C-clamp and really holds it in place, but I never use it. I also found this tiny little axle vise. One other guy was all jealous, he wanted it real bad. It's a cute little axle vise. It looks real small. It almost looks like 8mm and 6mm or something. This might be really good for what I want it for, is for like clamping bolts in the vise to like shorten hacksaw bolts down or file them or do weird stuff. It's got a nut and a bolt in it, which I think is just to keep it from getting lost. It's also got this slidey pin in there that's, you know, got some mushers on the end so it won't fall out of place. So you can just drop this on the corner of your vise. This should keep it all together from falling apart. Clamp some little stuff down. I love me an axle vise, and this is a fun little guy. It might just be machined out of some angle iron or something, but it's like, it's a cool little dude. I found one more of these barrel adjusters I used to be able to get. You could probably still get them new, but I never look. But this fits into any sort of split stop style cable guide. It's got 2 little feet on it to sit against your round tube, so you can twist it as a barrel adjuster. Add a barrel adjuster to places that don't have them, which a lot of Brazons that should be barrel adjusters aren't in this world. This, which everyone had a different opinion on what it was. One of the people who worked there thought it was for cleaning polishing wheels, but I've never seen one of these for that. I believe this tool is actually for cleaning aluminum out of your bench grinder. So your bench grinder is that thick, coarse stone bench grinder wheel you grind everything in. And aluminum likes to stick to it, bugger up, and make it not grind very well. So I believe that is what this is for going in there and dressing that and getting all the aluminum out. And I do bike stuff, so I do a lot of aluminum on the bench grinder. I've never had one of these, so that's fun. And then there was this it's kind of exploding in here. The lid flip all the way upside down and repack itself. That's funny. This is what appears to be a new old stock set of Blasden Keeps Heller files, uncut American pattern, made in the USA, Heller Tool Company. It says $1.20 each. But it's a little box of what appears to be new old stock files. Let's see what I got. I didn't even really look. I said, ooh. Now they're wrapped in paper. Fun little triangle file. I have a smallish medium size. I do have 1 or 2 of these I use once in a while, and they're pretty dull, so this will be great. Another small triangle file with a white painted end. So I wonder if it's a different tooth or grit or something. Oh yeah, it's skinnier, and it looks like, let's see, a lot more little file lines. I don't know. Ooh, this one is not a triangle. It is a diamond shape, kinda. That's weird. I never used one of those before. Diston, USA, C31. Squirrels being loud over there. Can't believe the dogs aren't barking at them. This one has the word 55 written on it. With all the white paint and stuff. Heller. Say second cut or something. I can't really read it. Here's a weird, nice flat file with weird diamondy sides on the other side instead of being half round. Very interesting. And last two, another little diamondy or triangle-y one. It's even smaller and finer. And another little triangle-y one that's really tiny. The really tiny ones I use all the time. I really like. These are kind of good for like cleaning up our lug lines in case you get a little blob, like everyone does once in a while. But I really like them for when I'm doing like dropouts. I hand hacksaw my slots in the stays for putting your dropouts in, the old style flat tab dropouts. And you know, sometimes you just gotta, it's like and then it's gotta be flat on the bottom and straight up on the sides. Sometimes that little corner can get a little roundy, so you gotta really get in there. Well, these guys just get rid of that round and make that corner nice and square for that tab dropout to sit in. So I use these for little things, get in between things. So that was fun. Little pack of the old files. So that was it. It's a pretty small little pile. Like I said, this person's prices are outrageous. Curtis was there before me and got 2 big tools that usually go for like 60 for one, 30 for the other. A couple of nice seat posts and stems, some Velo Orange stuff. Some stuff, but it was $200. And I was like, yeah, it's not too bad for what, but $70 for this. I was sure they're going to charge me $130, $150. I was going to try and lowball them for 100, and they said 70, and I was like, oh, heck yeah. They know I'm difficult. The guy before me was trying to lowball them. It was like an Asian dude, didn't speak much English. And she kept saying like 150, and he's like 100. So 150, 120. 150, he's like 120. He said it like 7 times. And she was like, no, bro. He finally paid it, and I was standing there watching, and like 5 people were standing there watching. As soon as he done, I was like, dang, I was really hoping that was work. I'd do it too. Everyone laughed. So this is my Saturday scores I'm very excited about. I threw this back in my bike, crushed back to the shop, because while I was shopping, there's one old guy there, and he said something. He was looking for something. I'm like, dude, I got that. I'm like, I got a bunch of parts. So Curtis was there, so he ran back to my shop to meet me. And that's the first time he was like wandering around the shop while I was trying to help this other guy who needed a chain and a cassette. I'm like, yeah, I got that. Show up. So he ran down. So I'm trying to help the guy find a chain and cassette, and Curtis is over there looking around my vice area, looking at everything. And I'm like, oh, don't see the stem, which he didn't, which is good. And then Sunday he came back, of course, and was there for a couple hours, played with his bike. Definitely looked at the stem. We even talked about the stem. He's telling me what he does like and what he doesn't like. About the stem that I was making for him in secret. I don't like that. I don't like this. It's like, you're killing me. Before I go to the car and get the stuff out, we can look at the free stuff I got from the old salvage sale. Ugh. Eee. So, after we're at the salvage sale looking around for a bit, they went and unlocked the trailer, so we're out there. This metal fender was in the trailer, Sivia or something. It's nothing special, I guess. But it does have, strangely, 2 sets of stays on it. Yeah, this one's a little ugly. And it's all square and weird. I may or may not save it, but it has one hardware. It had a little bag of hardware it fell off, what I thought were more of these art clips. They were not. I don't know what they were. This one is clearly a Velo Orange stay. It's got an R clip on it. And it's got 2 of the little Drema things. One looks like a Honjo, maybe it's the original Sivia or something. The other one looks like a Velo Orange one. So I grabbed it because I wanted the 2 R clips and I wanted these 2 aluminum U stays. And maybe I don't want this one. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I got those silver, just like generic brand silver fenders last week. They have like heavy steel ones of these on it. So I figure I can just steal these U-clips off of it, or maybe it's another mismatched used ones I have. Maybe the Duremas, maybe the stuff, I don't know. So that was just in there on the top of the pile. This old CB stem was in there, but it's got a really pretty vintagey chrome bolt and weird nut. So I really grabbed it just to steal that nut and bolt off of it. Put it on something French. Use it as a seat binder bolt, I don't know. One of these Tektros, the hood's a little worn out, but I have a nice set of these Tektro levers. They're both missing the clamp and bolt. And I don't know if they're exactly proprietary. They're very similar looking to other things, but I want to grab the right ones, and I figured I'd find them sooner or later in recycling. So there's one. I just need another one. One piece of fun, sparkle, little kids blue housing. I love fun, weird sparkle housing. This will be the right length for like a little fixie or something sooner or later. So I love grabbing it. I'll just like retrim the ends and fill it full of grease and lube. One bag of giant masonry screws and some like little screws. Like sheet metal-y style, with a big round head, real sharp point. Free hardware, man. I'm always making stuff using hardware. There was 4 or 5 freewheels in there. They usually put these out at salvage, and they weren't. So here's a big Suntour Perfect. This big ring was like a 36 or something. This is huge for a 5-speed. And I looked in the dull light, and it definitely has quite a bit of wear on the hardest cog, which is real normal. Everyone in the world used to only ride the hardest cog. But the rest of them have little to no wear at all. I'll never use the hardest cog. I got old man knees. I'll be in the top 3 all the time. So this is great. I'll use this on one of my beatery bikes for myself. If I thought I already have one with the giant holes in the back in gold that I wanted to use on the Allegro, but that little campy vintage brass Grand Sport derailleur just could not do it. So I might have to change to something longer later. Here's another big boy. It's got the kidney bean shape in the back. It's got rust water falling out of it. Same thing, I looked at it, way less wear. The wear's a little bit more spread over them all, but none of them are worn all the way across. None of them are worn up and over the tooth. These should, in theory, be totally fine. And they're big boys. Every vintage freewheel in the world's like 1428, 1426, bro. So these big giant ones must have come on some early mountain bikes. And one of these metal baskets. I got one from Salvage Sale a couple weeks ago, but it was all broken right where the little clampy thing is. But I think these baskets are weird. So they have these little hooks here, so like there's a clamp that clamps on your handlebars and comes down with a little loop here for this hook to fit in, and then you put it down like that and it locks the basket on. And it's got two little hooks that grab here. Every one I've ever seen in my life, the hooks grab really, really low. But I have a bunch of the hardware that bolts on your handlebars. But every time I get one of these, this thing's really, really high. I'm like, what? So I don't know what's going on. I'll go try it. I'll go see if it fits. If not, I don't know. Who doesn't want a basket for something? Old BMX Gary grabbed this junk. He's always grabbing junk and trying to give it to me there. This is in the trailer. He knows I buy a lot of these pumps. It did not work at all. I was like, man, I'm about to throw it back. And then I grabbed it one last time and all of a sudden it's holding. So maybe one of the O-rings was just mushed, and then I'll give it a few pumps and it seems to work fine now. Zefel HPX3. The problem is I have a lot of kind of nice ones. And customers always want to buy them. So this one's pretty ugly and scruffy. Something that doesn't work and it's black and it's rusty. It's more likely to have a customer not buy it, so I can keep it at the shop and use it for sizing. Use it as a tool, figure out where I want to set pup pegs and stuff. So it's probably a good thing to have. The empty bag. There's free wheels. There's a Junker. Now there was a bike I wanted. It was a vintage Motobecon. Looked like it was probably from the early 70s. It had cool pointy seat stay caps. It looked like Campy Dropouts, chromed tips, black and red paint job. Reynolds 531 decals were still little chunks of them were visible. So a fairly nice bike. I wanted it bad, so I went and got a ticket. It had the weirdest hubs I've ever seen, and I got in an argument with a couple people about them. They were high flange Campy Tipo hubs. They had that Tipo logo, the very specific, does not look like the Nova Record logo at all, Tipo logo. But instead of having the big giant holes drilled in the side, like most of the big high flange Tipos you see, it had kidney beans, like Nova Record. So one of the guys there who's never wrong about anything kept saying like, no, they're no record, they're no record. No record means before Nova Records, so like pre-67. But I have no record hubs from the early 60s. They do not look anything like that. The kidney beans look a lot more squarish instead of kidney bean shaped, like the big holes drilled in the side of the high flanges. And they still have the regular Campy Record logo. It just doesn't say the word record under it. So maybe they made two versions of that record. They're probably like Grand Sport or something. Just have the Tipo logo for some reason. The Grand Sport logo to me I thought was always like the Nova Record logo. It just looks a little cheaper. So I don't know, it had those high flange hubs on it, tubular rims. It had a really nice Brooks saddle with an extra tubular, like, taped up underneath it. I don't know why they didn't take that Brooks saddle off. Chrome rails, old one, cool rivets, a little green. The leather did not look too dry or terrible. Like, I really wanted it. But I did not get it. Of course, Jeff, who gets all the bikes from Bike Emporium, my friend Jeff, he got it. And it's like, oh, I wanted it so bad. I was asking him, like, what are you going to do? What do you want for it? He's like, well, do you just want the parts? You want the saddle and the wheels? He's like, yeah. Like, you want the frame? He's like, no, I don't want a frame. I'm like, I just want the frame, mostly. So he messaged me and said, he pulled the wheels off, so the back wheel has a bent axle. I was like, oh, and then it's tubular rims. And he said, he's saving the Brooks in the back wheel, and he's saving, like, it had, like, later 70s, like, Sun Tour derailleurs installed. Like, the power ratchet clamp on, shifter. So he's like, I want the rear derailleur. I'm like, I really just wanted the frame and like the bottom bracket and headset, maybe because they're French. And he's like, and there's no cranks on it. I bet they were nice. He's like, oh yeah, I don't want that. So he texted me. He's like, oh yeah, I got it all stripped down. You can have the frame and fork. I just took the rear derailleur and the wheels and the saddle. He's like, you can have it for the price of like a burrito plate next Sunday. I was like, heck yeah. And then I was like, also, I have a bunch of new old stock Campy rear axles. I'll just bring you one of those too and throw it in. I've also got several Tipo rear hubs. I grabbed just like the bearings are grindy. The kid next door is having fun. She found a kitten from the neighbor's yard the other day. It was like showed it off and trying to show it to my dogs and stuff. And they were like, "We don't know what this is." It was so funny. I have several Tipo rear hubs, so I might just bring him a whole rear hub in case he wants the axles and spacers and a new old stock like Campy Record axle. I think I got like 10 or 12 of them. So I'm excited to get that. So I don't actually have it yet, but I think I will for next Sunday. So I'm excited. Oh, I love them French Reynolds 531 bikes. I love them. Even though they're hard to work on, all the parts are fragile. I bring French stuff. It's beautiful. So, as a consolation prize, I bought this bike instead, which everyone's like, why are you getting that? People don't understand my addiction to bikes. Everyone thinks that every single bike should be saved. So everyone's like, why would you get that? It's not even a nice Cannondale. Why would you? I'm like, I'm throwing the frame away. I do not care. It is a Cannondale. It's got some Sagino AT cranks that are only slightly scruffy, so maybe they're cool and savable. Like, you never know. When you buy stuff from salvage, it could be recycling. You have to look at it, you have to measure it, you have to play with it. It's got some wheels that I'm assuming are 27-inch. And I see it's cracked old tires, any of the Changstar. See the sizing? Ugh. Come on, Changstar. 32. I think it says 630, so yeah, 27s. It's 27-inch wheels, which may or may not be any good. I always like having one good set around. It's got a single ring on the Sagino AT cranks. It's got a bottom bracket, a sealed cartridge. Sagino AT cranks, if you don't know, are the coolest, but they're also takes an insanely wide bottom bracket that no one makes. I think they do like a 135 or 137. The widest one anyone makes nowadays is 127. So it's about impossible to use them on anything as a triple. Even as a compact double, it can be very, very tricky. They can be so tight. So as a one by, totally fun. Compact double on the right bikes with a wide enough bottom bracket and usually a spacer. It's got an SR LaPrade seat post. It looks like one of the tall ones. It's got a black upright mountain bike stem, like whatever. It's got some bullhorn bars on it. It might be kind of cool if they're not bent. They probably are. It's got a chrome fork that looks tall, so it looks like it'd be perfect for 27-inch wheels or 732 in a fender. So I will save some. It's got a single, it's $30 for a bike, you know. The single Suntour bar and shifter is worth $20. But let's look at it. Sorry, Hopper, I tried not to smash you. Slightly scared, doesn't move until it's too late. So Sagino AT cranks, the single ring, single speed bolts. They look like a matching set. The bottom bracket looks insanely long. 27-inch wheels, poopy tires, a nice chrome fork. It's got a single Suntour down tube shifter on this side with like a wrong Suntour stop here, and the Suntour bar end, but it looks nice and has a little nut. And then a brake lever I haven't even looked at on some poopy brake. Just some poopy old Shimano, just some poopy old Diacomp. It's got a Tange headset that feels insanely smooth and nice. I was just trying to give Curtis one. He brought a black frame he got out of the recycling trailer. That Sunday salvage trailer brought out. It's 63 centimeters, mid-range, Suntour dropouts, kind of ugly lugs. Nothing too fancy. He was really obsessed with it. He brought it over. I'm like, oh yeah, I got like 10 of these used Tonga headsets. We'll throw. I didn't have any. I think I went through and purged all my headsets. I was like, anything wasn't perfect, I threw away. So I had like one used Velo Orange one I got from somewhere. I just gave it to him. I think he ended up Venmoing me $40 for my time and some parts. So, you know, nothing special. It's really probably not even worth the labor to pull it all apart. But I got it, and I will. Oh, crack and fail. And look at these bars. They look like this gray anodized. They look like the old Mavic ones, but don't have the Mavic logo, so I don't know. And bullhorn bars are almost always bent in. People like bullhorns ride their bikes hard. Drop them a lot, wreck them. But yeah, where's my bag? I think I got a bag of stuff, didn't I? I'm gonna hit the car and check real quick. BRB. Hey, all right. Found my bag of junk. I mean, the bike was $30. I think the bag was like $8 or $9. But let's see what we got. weird Diacomp brake. It's not sitting quite straight or right. I wonder if it's got an adjustable set screw on the side. Okay, it's probably all the way in. This is like a weird Diacomp brake. I don't know if it's BMX or something. City bike. It's basically just a cable stop instead of a barrel adjuster. It's cut at a weird square angle. I wonder if it takes a special barrel adjuster. It's very weird. Black FSE Diacomp. It's got literally brand new pads on it. This has never been on a bike. It's missing a spacer and a nut for recess. It's got some shopware scruffs on it. Kept digging, I found the other one. It's in a little rougher condition. I think the springs just popped out. It's a little scratched up. And I think this thing needs to be wound up, put against the stop. There's definitely something going on here. Remember, it's got all the parts. It's just I think this thing needs to be wound up before this thing. There we go. There we go. It's got the bolts. These bolts all loosey-goosey. Same thing. It does have the little half-round stop and the little rear stop. It doesn't have the brake pads. But it's a matchy set of medium reach brakes. They're very interesting and weird, and I am a big fan of long and medium reach brakes. God, this might even be long. Super interesting. I got this cheapo set of brakes. It has literally brand new Cool Stop orange pads. This one you can see has like been stopped on like twice. This one like once. This was put on a bike, ridden around the block, and never ridden again. They probably went and bought some new fancy brakes or something that actually work. So I mean, brand new pads for a flippy bike project instead of going spending $15 a pair on them. That is fantastic. A single purple brake. They're always throwing weird parts of weird old brakes in there. I didn't find any of the others. Just this one purple on. Maybe I'll find some more later. I don't know. Maybe I'll do nothing with it. Diacomp pads. Oh, I got the trash. I gotta take the trash out. Shit. One set of MKS Sylvan track pedals. I don't even know if it's a matchy set. This one's so much more sun faded, this one. But they are... There's a left and a right. They are really beat up. They're so beat up. It's got so much heat pedal strike. It's worn all the way through the dust cap and there's a hole in it. No play, bearings feel smooth. No play, bearings feel smooth. Beat to shit. Super cool for a beater fixie. A weird long cage, cheapo Alivio rear derailleur. Super long cage to do a big old cassette. It's black. It's very slightly scruffy. If it's not bent or dead, which it may or may not be, it looks pretty fine. Pivots feel fine. This might be good. Save that for last. This is a Campy record bottom bracket. Campagnolo 137x24 English Campy bottom bracket. I'll have to look at it to make sure it's not super crusty or anything, but you know what I've been digging around through my stuff for? An English Campy bottom bracket. Because I have some Campy cranks. I have those Campy wheels that I just did the rim swaps on. That old beater frame I got for free from them, that handmade frame from England. So maybe this solves all my problems. If it's not, doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. There's nothing wrong with this. 68 SS 120. This is the Nova record bottom bracket I want from the late 60s through 70s. Pretty excited about that find. And then there's a couple old crappy stems, metal stems are in there forever. I made Curtis that stem. I'm making myself a stem right now too. So the crappy stems that no one's ever going to take, they're just going to go in the recycling. I stole the metal little stem top hats off of. So instead of these being welded on, they're just little machined hats and sit there. So I usually take these and raise them into a stem. I've had these made before in the past for a bunch of money, but there's so many vintage stems in the junk drawers out there. I grabbed them. I just grabbed them. Now, last but not least, last week I got a half of a race face crank, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wait. Often, I know this video is so dark because it's so early in the morning and so shady back here. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if the other one pops up, and this one popped up. It was a 175 black race face Prodigy XC forged with a single time attack pedal, hopefully not too stuck in it. Let's get the other one and see if they're the matchy set. That'd be so fun. Here it is. 175 0107 is the serial number. This is a matchy set. Prodigy forged race face. This happens a lot. They get donations in random boxes and like, oh, it's only one, throw it away. Another one shows up when they go through the next box over. So I cannot tell this style like Isis crank interface. I cannot tell by looking if they're dead or not. I can't tell. These have to be pressed on all the way. It's really easy not to press them on all the way. If you don't, they die immediately and just blow out when you try and ride. So it's hard to tell. People wreck them all the time, so I do not know if it's a good crank set. Might try and trade him to BMX Gary. He likes this stuff. He could try him out. You know, and get him for basically nothing. And doesn't hurt nothing to try him out. I'll probably end up installing them for him. 104 BCD, 44 tooth, 9 speed. And it's got a 32 middle and a something really, really small, probably like 22 inner. Black, race face, Prodigy, ugly 2000s mountain bike stuff. Gary likes that stuff. And if not, I'll just put them on the eBay and say, you know, like, in take-off unknown condition, sell them for 30 or 50 bucks or something. This outer ring's a little beat. The inner one doesn't look very that worn at all. The smallest one looks like it's never been used. It's worth it just for those 2 chain rings, nothing else. So just a little bit of weird, fun Sunday salvage sale stuff. Oh, that Cannondale in the sunlight. It's got like a sparkly Merlot paint job. Old bike paint jobs just look so... That's a wasp. Get out of here, giant wasp. You can't be in my yard. F you, bro. Ew, it's got the gross long legs. Oh, I hate it. What's it doing? I hate wasps. I am kind of allergic. You can't have a wasp nest out here. I'll tell you one time I didn't drive my truck. For like, 4 or 5 months. I gotta go in and there's a wasp nest just like above the door in the corner of the cabin. I was, ah! But it was already vacated. It's like, oh, Jesus. So there's definitely been a season of the wasp because they're already gone. I might pull this Cannondale apart right now just for fun too. And I still got last week's bike over there that I just sort of cleaned and just barely started playing with, and I want to do a video of trying to clean it up and flip it. Maybe I'll do that today too before it gets too hot. I need tires for it. I think I brought those ugly, like yellow and brown ones out of the free box a week or 2 ago. Because this has like orange wheels that are like faded to yellow. Those are like orange and yellow, brown. It's got an orange chain on it. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I got a cooler black riser bar for it, and a better brake lever, and I got some new pads for it, new pads in the front. I was thinking about just giving it a little scrub down. The hubs are, of course, feel like crap and not adjusted. Check those, put the tires on. I think the wheels are pretty round and true. Chain seems fine, crank seems fine. Got some pedals for it last week at Sunday Salvage Sale, some big giant platforms. Just set it up as a single speed. Spend an hour on it, sell it for 150 bucks, which means we'll make like negative $2 on it. Paying $30 for the bike, plus the parts, plus an hour of labor. But yeah, maybe we'll pull these things apart before the sun gets us. All right, before it's only 70, like 8 a.m. Before it gets too hot, let's play with this bike some. I'm trying to sort of stay out of the sun a little bit, chase the shade in the yard without going all over across the yard. It's got an old chain, probably junk. Keys to the city. A Away with thee! Get out of here. I'm trying to put one on, they fall off, no problem. I'm trying to take one off, they want to stay on forever. What else we got? Got a random old multi-tool. Let's see if the seat post is stuck. Not a lot of battery life left on the phone. We'll see if we can make it through what we can do. What a terrible design. Nice, this is a pretty tall SR Leprod, 27.2, with the good aluminum head. We're partying. Be happy about that. Boop, 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 boop. Ugh. Take these inside and check them out later. My yard is not a junkyard, I promise. I promise. The back wheel is bolt-on. It always just kind of screams cheap to me. But here we are. Yeah. The nuts look brand new though. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come on, lefty loosey. Can't lie to me, I know which way we're going. It's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speed freewheel on it. Cheapy back wheel, but doesn't feel bad. SE something or other. Can we see inside here? I think it's hook beaded. What other tools did I find? I did not find a bottom bracket removal tool. I have 50 of them at work, so I need to remember, which I probably never will, to bring one home. Did find some dikes. Look at this giant chainstay. Can you see this? It is so big it's using a top tube cable guide clamp for the cable stop. As the original one's like was riveted on and broken off. Wild, I'd never seen that before. Okay, let's cut that. Let's cut this. Oh, it's got a front shifter arm, but it's got no front derailleur on it, so that's hilarious. And why bother taking it off? Oh yeah. Oh no. Bolt's loose. Stem does not want to move. I'm gonna go to the trick. Put the tool in. Use a OSHA approved hammer. Kinda. Should have left the front wheel in. Hey. All right. Just some cheapo stem, Callaway or something. Cloth bar tape is really hard to get off. Really hard to get off. So unless I measure this bar and it's not bent, most likely not even going to try and take it off. I'll just try and save the bar end shifter somehow. These guys usually take apart. There's a bolt on the inside that can loosen them up, but sometimes you can just, yeah, just twist them a little bit and it'll knock them loose enough to come right out. Love it. I love these old power ratchet shifters. I have seen them rusty and beat up and looking like they were in a mud puddle for 20 years and still look perfect. Guys, this saddle is so specialized. It's not been wrecked on. It's not gross or destroyed. Designed in California. There's really nothing wrong with it. This glue's not peeling up or anything. I mean, it's not that cool, but I guess it's good enough to use on something, so I might as well save it. Probably not with the seat post. I like these tall 27.2 SR Leprods. Shorty ones are too short for so many people because everyone thinks they need to ride a bike that's the wrong size for them. I thought they're gonna die if you put them on a bike that's the right size. It's crazy. Whether that bike's 5 sizes too big or 5 sizes too small doesn't really matter. They always still act like they're gonna die. Have a total freak out if you try and tell them. I had a lady come in once, she fell in love with some mountain bike. It was for someone like 6'3", and she was probably like 5'6". She didn't care. Seat slammed all the way down. I tried to sell it to her like 3 times. She was so mad at me. Finally sold it to her. She rode around forever. She was super happy. Didn't care that it was too big and dangerous. That's off. Oh, I guess we've got the multi-tool out. We can get this rear derailleur off. It's all frayed at the bottom, so it's absolutely going to stab me. I'm going to absolutely draw blood. People refuse to put on cable tips. While we're doing that, brought out a little wrenchy. It's 8/9 on this side and 10 on this side. What size is you? Oh, that's a 9. Ooh. This is the Suntour Light Action rear derailleur. These are actually pretty good derailleurs. They're weird, but they're good. It's a short gauge one, and it's silver. I guess I loosened it. Might not be worn out, but no one cares at all. I'll never sell or use it. If people still rode vintage road bikes like they used to, I would save it so I can have like a $5 derailleur for somebody who's totally dead or missing it. I don't think I care about a single top tube cable guide thing. You never see them anymore. Even a guy like me who's always working on vintage bikes. The kids just aren't riding enough vintage bikes anymore. Gotta get those crusts, dude. We all used to be broke and cheap. Now we aren't. Plastic dust cap comes right off. Using the side of a butter knife, the side of a little flat thin bike tool. I really like cone wrenches for this, never screwdrivers. And really, even though sometimes they have Allen wrench holes, you really shouldn't use that either unless you have to. Because they will just break into a million little pieces and be stuck in the threads and be chipping them out forever. Oh no, this is the Gino 15mm bolt. I will have to go dig through my sockets and things to see if I have a 15mm thin wall socket that can fit on this. I have a zillion crank bolt pullers at work. I should probably bring one home. Just have a whole second bike shop in my living room and the whole shop at the shop, and I'm going to build a shop back here. What I need is like 3 or 4 shops around me at all times. I should probably build the whole shop in the back of my car, you know, or whenever I go anywhere or do anything. Lol, 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 lol. You know what we can do, I have this crank and I found a pedal wrench. See if this pedal's frozen in here. So this is a non-drive side, so it's reverse thread. So this will be righty-loosey. Yeah. On there? Nope, this wants to not be on there. But you gotta stay on there. There's a reason why this might not be out of here. Let's try the other way just in case. No, but it felt like it tightened a little. Usually you can like push this on your bench, you know, get it on something so you can have like 3-way leverage. Right into my thigh is bad. This little fold-up table is bad. I have to go. Maybe I can do it right in the dirt. Did it work? Hey, alright. It's hard dirt. Came in handy again. Well, at least it's a good nose pedal. It's not frozen on here. Sick. What else can we do while it's out here? This very weird rubber band on the cable. Weird old Suntour Big giant cool barrel adjuster, big weird, very specific proprietary shape. I kind of loves it. If this rusty bolt will come out, I'll love it even more. Oh yeah, it's not even tight at all. It's just sitting there rusty and not tight. Ooh. Ah, it's old, pretty, probably 90s Suntour. Big, cool barrel adjusters. I love it. Ooh, oh, it broke off part of the braze on. That's why it's not tight. It literally snapped the actual braze on in half. Wow. Got a single shifter on the other side for a front. Old Suntour. I cannot imagine actually needing that. So this dumb front brake we definitely don't need. Probably just a 10. My little weird flat part tools 10 work. I have all of my good tools, all of my ratcheting wrenches, all at the shop. So you can never find one, so I have like 10 there everywhere. I'm just making do with whatever weirdness I got sitting around. Mostly mobile like tools. Because it turns out you can actually do a lot with very little in bikes if you're motivated. And why wouldn't we save this nice kind of tall kind of chrome fork? It doesn't have cheapy dropouts or anything. The headset feels good, dude. It feels good. I might have another one of these in there with a 32 on it for the headset. Maybe. Let's see if we can just bust this loose without it. Yay, alright! I don't think I have anything specifically for knocking the headset pressing cups out of the frame. I might go find something if I dig around. Guys, back in the day, we used to use an old piece of PVC pipe. So you go buy one real cheap at the hardware store, and they use hacksaw. You know, put a little split this way, a little split that way. And they're usually good enough to press on a crown racer and knock out a cup once. I used to use an old top tube, cut an old top tube out of an old steel Peugeot, and split it and use that as my cup removal tool forever. Because that's basically free. Now, are these free ball, or are they on the little cages and they're not going to fall everywhere? Free ball! The top's mostly sticking in, the bottom's mostly falling out. 22.2, what does it say? It's got a logo I've never seen before. It's a weird, I can wipe this grease off, I want to see. It's a logo I've never seen before. It's a weird little triangle. It's got fresh red grease on the steer. That looks so good in the bearings because the dust seals didn't do that great of a job. It's probably not the, it's wiped off all the Sharpie marks. I think it said 27-inch 700C. Someone's cut this so far down, that's crazy. Absolute minimal amount of threads possible. The OMNT? Or OMI, the Omni? Chromoly. $7.99. Little tiny one up in the corner. Or maybe it's 1991. 22.2. Okay. Some weird early 90s replacement fork, or maybe it was the fork made for Cannondales. I don't know. So much grease and grime. Cheap stamped crown. No logos on the dropouts. Still, pretty fun. Pretty fun. And chrome's nice because it'll kind of go with anything. But it also screams at me, hey, this bike's been in a wreck and lost its original fork. Ugh. Sorry, little tiny bearings. You were little and tiny. I'll keep a couple of those bearings in the upper headset cup so I can measure them. Because they're possibly the right size, and if I measure them, I'll probably put the right size back in and not have any bunch of problems. Put the wrong size in, you usually have some problems. More grease inside here than in the bearings. That's never a good sign. Why the hell could a bike mechanic grease the crap out of that? Alright, I gotta go in and dig and see if I can find something to dry these cups out. See if I can find something to pull the cranks. If not, it doesn't matter because I don't have the bottom bracket tool. I'll take it to the shop anyways. Pop the cranks to the BB out then, pop the cups out then. As the frame's going to go in the recycling. It's got a bunch of digging from the tire. They always do. What ring is this? Is this a Sagino ring? Sagino 44, Japan. It's got a little wear on this side, but it's clearly not supposed to be an outer. It's supposed to be an inner, so if you flip it back on the inside, then it's got like almost no wear. You're so pretty. Alright, I guess that's really the end of this video. Thanks for watching.